Well, tonight there are some signs the pandemic could be driving the surge in Philadelphia's gun violence. Researchers are crunching the data. Eyewitness News reporter Greg Argos has been following the study and the results.
There is a theory behind why Philadelphia has become so violent. And like almost everything else recently, Temple Health researchers believe it is directly connected to the pandemic.
We think there's probably a relationship there between those two things.
Dr. Zoe Mayer is a trauma surgeon at Temple University Hospital and on the team of scientists who compiled data about how lockdowns affected violence here in Philly. And she says the catalyst behind this study is what her and her fellow trauma doctors started seeing in mid-March of last year.
While many of the normal things that we see in the emergency department that are not gun violence, while those rates went down, we noticed that it seemed that gun violence was going up.
So Dr. Mayer and the team looked at more than 5 years of shooting data, going back to 2016. In that time frame pre-COVID, an average of 25 people were shot per week in the city. Then in mid-March 2020, with the virus surging, city leaders enacted strict lockdowns.
When you compare the weeks in those 5 years prior to the containment policies to the weeks after the containment policies, that rates nearly doubled. And it's been sustained since that time.
Already in 2021, there have been more than 62 murders, up 55% compared to the same time last year. Just this past Monday, 7 people were killed, 1 other hurt in 5 separate shootings throughout Philadelphia.
We believe that it's related to the fact that both COVID and gun violence are public health crises in the city of Philadelphia, which disproportionately impacts specific communities and communities that have been systemically and sort of structurally disadvantaged.
In a statement, a Philadelphia city spokesperson writes in part, quote, "While it was critical to take all CDC and science-based actions to slow the spread of COVID-19, which included enacting the city stay-at-home order, as well as businesses and gathering restrictions, there is no question that the pandemic contributed to job loss and reduced access to social services and youth activities designed to reduce violence." The same city spokesperson also mentioned the pandemic forced courts to close, which prevented probation officers from making in-person contact with those in the criminal justice system, which they say may have caused the increase in violence as well. Reporting here at Philadelphia Police Headquarters, I'm Greg Argos, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.